afternoon, Gaithersburg High School. This is Dr. Handy Collins coming to you live with lots of Trojan pride, all the way from Constanza, Dominican Republic. I am so excited to have an opportunity to talk to you this afternoon. How is everybody? Good. Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm glad we've gotten through our technical difficulty, and I just want you to know that I've been here for a couple of days. I have been working really, really hard doing construction. You know, we talk about at Gaithersburg, we're under construction, but I'm on the other side now. I have been working on building the second floor of a school. I don't know if you can see it. Can they see the school behind me at all? Can you show? Okay, great, great. So we're working on building the second floor. Last year, a group came to build the first floor. So I'm here with school administrators from across the United States, as well as employees with LifeTouch, and you're familiar with LifeTouch because they do our photos at Gaithersburg. And so today, okay, so yesterday I was doing something called rebarbing, which is doing something to help make the structure stronger so that if they get a hurricane or something like that, it makes the school nice and strong. And then today I have been mixing concrete and then putting it in wheelbarrows so that they can begin building a wall. So I've been doing lots of labor, but it is certainly a labor of love. And then also this morning I had an opportunity to go with some other administrators to another school. I had an opportunity to go to another school, and they had picture day. And so I was an assistant to the photographers, and I had to use some of my Espanol and say sonrisa lots of times, diame sarisa, and thank terms, and it really helped me today when I was on site doing the picture day. So thank you, shout out to all the students at Gaithersburg High School from the Dominican Republic. Okay, so someone have some questions for me?
What do you and the other visitors...
Dr. Fields, can I hear any of the questions? Okay. Can you repeat that?
What do you
repeat the
and
question?
The other what do you and other visitors hope to accomplish on this trip?
You were asking me
how is it going so far?
Okay, so what we hope to accomplish is certainly we hope to complete the second floor and get as much of it done as possible before we leave. And, you know, the biggest thing we want to do is make a difference. This is a community that the school is definitely needed. And so we are hoping to complete that and give the gift of education. Because, you know, in the United States, all of our students are guaranteed an education, and here in the Dominican Republic, it's not so. And so what we hope to do is to make a difference and give the gift of education by completing the school so that more students will be able to attend the school. Next question.
What has the weather been like in the Dominican Republic? Has the weather made your work easier or harder?
Okay, so the weather here, it varies. So during the day, it's usually pretty warm, but today is actually kind of cool. And it will rain at the drop of a hat. I mean, it will just start raining, and then it'll stop. So, and then at night, it is very cool. So once the sun goes down, it is very cool. So the weather has not really impacted our work because basically we're on a mission. So rain or shine, we have to continue to work. But so right now it's pretty cool, which makes good working conditions, and at nighttime it gets cold though.
What has been the most difficult part of this project for you and the other volunteers?
The most difficult part of this project? Well, the most difficult part for me and some of the others is, I'm going to tell you, it really has nothing to do with the work that we're doing. It is the walk to our villa. So when we get back to where we are staying, we have to walk up a steep hill. And I'm hoping that I will lose a pound every time I have to walk up that hill. But that walk is really tough. And but in reference to our work, I think the most difficult part is really learning a lot of new tasks and wanting to do our best, because we can't be messing up, you know, even though we're learning something new, you know, we can't mess up because we want the school to be built right. So I guess learning a new task and really paying attention to detail and just wanting to do a good job. So that's the most difficult part. But that walk up the hill to the villa, it is really tough.
Once the second floor of the school is complete, how many classrooms will it be? How many students will the school have?
Okay. The classroom. Okay, so once the second floor is built, we're going to add 4 new classrooms, and the school will be serving a little bit more than 400 students. Yeah, I think that answers your question. So right now there are 3 classrooms and then the administrator office, and so we're adding 4 new classrooms. So it'll be a total of 7 classrooms and a little over 400 students.
How does it feel to experience construction from both perspectives, building a school and planning the construction for one?
Okay. Oh, wow. Great question. So at Gaithersburg High School, for anyone who doesn't know, we are in the process of building a new school. And so how does it feel to be on this side? I guess it really makes me appreciate the hard work that is going into building our new school, and really appreciate the attention to detail that I know our construction workers are paying attention to. So it really makes me more appreciative, because it is really hard work, and it really takes a labor of love to just really pay attention to detail. And so I think it just makes me really appreciate our construction workers and all of the hard work that's going into it. And then all of the people who made it happen, because everybody who fought for us to get a new school, you know, and there were people here who had to invest in their money and their time to build this new school. And so I really appreciate the dedication to education and the attention to detail that it takes to make it right. Because we know we want our school right, and just like we want our school right, the one we're building here, we want to do our best and make it right.
Other than the building project, what interesting experiences have you had in the Dominican Republic?
Oh, good question. Well, let's see. Interesting experiences. Okay, so, well, the whole picture day this morning was really interesting, and just being, really gave me a newfound respect for our school photographers, and because we just photographed 200 students this morning, and you think about it, when we bring the photographers to Gaithersburg High School, they have to photograph 2,000 students. And so I was exhausted just doing what we did. So I can imagine the hard work that our photographers have to do when they have to come do our whole school. But also I had an opportunity, when they have recess, we get an opportunity to play with the children, and we were able to bring some games. And so I picked up at Walmart this game called Bop It. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but the kids love it. I wish I had bought more of them. So that's a big hit. And then yesterday we also jumped rope. And you should have seen me out there jumping rope with construction boots on. They were a little heavy, but you know, I still got it. And then today, I brought some Uno cards and also dominoes. So my students from Gaithersburg, from the Dominican Republic, told me that dominoes would be a good game to purchase. So I bought some dominoes. So I'm really excited about that. But another interesting experience I had was the ride from the airport. So it was over they said a 3-hour drive, but it was a lot longer than that. It was at least 4 hours. And when we were going through the city, they drive really close to each other. You see a lot of scrapes on cars on the side because they drive really close to each other. So that was really interesting. And then the other thing, just driving up the mountain, we were going really slow because it was a pretty steep mountain. So just thankful that we made the trip, but it was a very long drive from the airport and, you know, through the city and then up the mountain. So those have been the experiences I had so far. But another thing, this morning there was a little boy who told me that he could speak English. And I said, okay, what can you say? And he said something like, hey, baby, what's your name? And I just cracked up. So that was too funny. He and I think he was like 8 years old, but that's what he told me he could say in English. And he told me he got it out of a book, but I think somebody probably taught him that.
I live in Dominican Republic for 7 years, and I have experienced its beauty and challenges firsthand. How has your experience changed your perspective?
What was the last part of that question? How has this experience what?
How has this experience changed your perspective?
Okay, awesome. You know, unfortunately, I can just hear you. I can't see you, but I think I know who this is. Well, I don't know if it's really changed my perspective per se, but I know that this experience so far has really broadened my horizons. So it's really interesting to see other cultures and how other people live, experience life, and housing and education system, and to see the enterprises, lots of small businesses here in the Dominican Republic. So it really also showed me how much we really have in common. I think everybody has goals and desires, and you know, the parents here, they want the best for their children, so they're really excited and appreciative of the new school. You know, everybody, they want to be happy and enjoy life, you know, but we all have that universal thing. You got to work hard in order to have better things in life. And so, you know, I think all of that is universal. And so this really just broadened my horizons to show that although we come from different cultures, we really have the same goals and desires in life.
How do you think this experience will affect your work as a principal?
Oh, wow. How will this affect my work as a principal? Well, you know, Gaithersburg High School is a very diverse school. We have so many students from different places, including the Dominican Republic. And this has just reinforced to me that we must accept that not all students come to us in the same place. They have had very rich life experiences and challenges. And no matter what, you know, we all have those same basic needs. You know, just in being here, knowing that, you know, the children, they want to know that you appreciate them. You know, everybody wants to feel welcome, so it's really good when we go someplace and we feel really welcome. And people want to know that you care. And so I think, you know, how it has changed will affect my work as a principal, and just making sure that at Gaithersburg High School we do a better job at trying to make our new students feel welcome to Gaithersburg High School and appreciate the different cultures and celebrate that. And I think I will re-examine how we welcome our new students to Gaithersburg. Make sure that students feel that they belong. And how do we make that happen at Gaithersburg High School, and make sure that we support each other in the work that we're doing?
On this trip, you have experienced some of what a person faces when moving to a new country where a different language is spoken. Has this changed your perspective on GHS parents and students that experience the same struggles?
Is that Alfredo? Is that Alfredo?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I can't see you, but I recognize that voice. Okay, well, you know, and so just even coming here and only knowing a little bit of Espanol, un poquito, but it was important for me to learn the basics as soon as possible. And so I think I think that would carry over to our families and our kids that come to Gaithersburg High School that know very little English, that it really is important that they learn the basics as soon as possible, because it's just little things that make you feel better, and being able to communicate with people and being able to say hello and good morning and thank you, you're welcome, what is your name? I mean, all those little things that I made sure that I knew how to say before I came here. And then, you know, also it's important, I want people to be patient with me when I'm having a hard time trying to say what I want to say and I don't understand exactly what they're saying. And so all those kinds of things will make me just look at how we do things a little bit different. You know, they have done an excellent job of making us feel welcome. And so even though there's a language barrier, you know, smiles and when people show interest and make motions to know that they care and you're welcome here, those go a long way. And so, you know what, Alfredo, now that since I know it's you, I think that I'm gonna make you in charge of something. I think we're gonna figure out a new way to do new student orientation so that when we get new students at Gaithersburg from other countries, that we will do a better job, at least maybe a once a month orientation for anybody that's new to our school, especially from other countries. So, Alfredo, I think I'm gonna make that your project before you graduate. How about that? What do you think?
It will be my pleasure.
Alfredo, is that a yes? Oh, your pleasure. Okay, so you start thinking about that, and you get you a team of folks, and we're gonna figure out a way we can do things better. You guys are asking me some tough questions. Who thought of these questions?
Based on your experience so far in the Dominican, how did you see the education in the Dominican Republic different from the one in the United States?
Okay, I think I recognize that voice too. Was that Elvis? Was that Elvis?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So education is different in the Dominican Republic. Well, first of all, they only go to school for a half a day. I know you guys would probably like that, huh? Well, they only go to school for a half a day, and I think that's really more out of necessity because the school is small and we need to serve a lot more students. So they only go for a half a day. So you either go in the morning shift, is like from 8 to 12, and then the afternoon shift is from 2 to 6. And also, school is not mandatory. And so there are kids who don't actually get to come to school, but, you know, and school is not mandatory. They also wear uniforms, and, you know, another difference is that the students who do come to school, they really, really want to come to school. And what I have seen when I have observed them in classes, they are really, really, you know, excited about being here. They are working hard in the classrooms. You know, they don't seem to have any disruptions or anything like that. So because the kids really, really want to be at school. So I think those are the biggest differences that I've seen. And I just saw a little girl who I think she looks just like me when I was little. Jeff, have that young lady come over here. She looks like me when I was a little girl. I want to show you guys this little girl. She looks like a little me. Look. She does. Look right there in the camera and say hola. Do you guys think she looks like me? Dr. Fields, what do you think?
I'll go with the consensus here, and they all said no.
I thought so anyway. She reminded me of when I was a little girl. All right, so Dr. Fields, did you have any questions? Do we have any more questions? Those were tough.
No, I think we're done with the crowd, but do you have any final comments, Dr. Andy Collins?
Well, you know, it has just been an awesome experience. I mean, we still have a few days to go and a lot of work to do. And so I'll be excited to come home and show you some before and after pictures. It's a lot of work. I was a little sore yesterday, but just using some muscles that I'm not used to using. But like I said before, it is a labor of love. And I really want to say thank you back home to everyone who worked really hard to make this Google Hangout happen. I want to thank Mr. Taylor and Mr. Finch and Mr. Paul Brown and CJ Overly, producer extraordinaire, and Dr. Fields, thank you so much for facilitating. And thank you to all the kids who participated and all those who are watching from the Gaithersburg High School community. Really appreciate that. So thank you so much, and everybody for being supportive of the work that I am doing here in the Dominican Republic. I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Dr. Andy Collins. You made us very proud, and thank you for representing our students in school in such a positive way.